What do you do that makes other people laugh, that makes other people smile, that makes other people happy? What do you do that spreads joy into the world, spreads love into the world? Because that energy, that is God. I'm actually in the middle of updating my Discord right now. As the days go by, I'm going to create this Discord into be a game, so that even if I'm gone and I'm gone off the face of the earth, children can still come into this Discord and learn how to become a god. Right now it's just in its beginning stages, in its infant stages, but we have 109 people in the Discord right now. I believe I am on, let me make sure I check what was yesterday's. Day 14 was yesterday, so I am on day 15 right now. So within 15 days, I was able to amass 109 people in here. Imagine where I could go at 365. A lot of you probably have a bunch of goals that you want to achieve, maybe grand ideas in your head of this, maybe this idea that you have that you just know would change the world. Or maybe you want to do something that nobody's ever done before. You know it's achievable. You know you can do it if you put your mind to it, but you just lack one thing. You lack the discipline to actually get that thing done. It's crazy how if you can just, in the little things, have some discipline, it therefore changes your self-image. It therefore changes the way your subconscious views you. And it says, oh, well, if you're disciplined in this area, you're probably disciplined in this other area too. All I did was go on NoFap, and now I've become a more disciplined person. If I say something, I have to do it. Like, because you have to understand that if I literally went and masturbated, this challenge would mean nothing anymore. I couldn't count the days. I couldn't talk to you with so much conviction because it wouldn't matter anymore. Because I would know I'm lying, and that energy would show in the camera. I don't want that. I want everything I say to just be completely real. I want all the teachings I give you to come from a genuine place. I don't want to act. I don't want to have to remember a lie that I tell you. I want to continue to do this. And if I'm seeing the results that I'm seeing, if I'm seeing so much consistency, like I said in last video, I made $1,000 in a week on Forex, and I've only been on NoFap for about 2 weeks. You're telling me all I had to do was go on NoFap this entire time and I could make money off my phone with the press of a button? Shout out to all the gods that are in the School of Gods, because we're going to have another class for Forex tomorrow, Sunday at 7 p.m. on 12/4/2022. So, if you are seeing this video before December 4th of 2022, join the Discord. If you want to learn about Forex, we're going to have another class. It's going to be limited. It's going to be an hour. So what we're going to do is we're just going to have people join, and then we're probably just going to answer some questions that you may have. Because I post my profits in here. I have my boys post their profits in here. I just want everybody in this Discord to grow to the same level that I did within 2 weeks. If this is what I did in 2 weeks, I can't wait to see where I'm at in a month from now. I can't wait to see where I'm at 2 months from now, 3 months from now, a year from now. All you're telling me all I have to do is just be disciplined, to hold in my sexual energy, because society wants me to give in and just become a weaker version of myself and just spread my seed everywhere else except inside of me. Well, I want to hold that energy within me. And I want to become as powerful as I can. Instead of me getting a woman pregnant with that seed, that beautiful seed that can create life, what if I keep this seed within me and get one of my ideas pregnant? Like I said, I was in the middle of working on this Discord. I'm going to continue to it. I'm just trying to figure out how to make this the best. I can't wait to see what this turns into. I'm trying to make it into a video game, essentially. Like I said, something that even when I'm gone, other people can join and still experience a game they've never played before. This is going to be fun. It's definitely going to be fun. I actually had a question from one of the gods in the self-improvement tab. It was Wayan. He had asked me, Apollo, what does it mean to be you? And how I answer that question is, Only you know the answer to that. Now I can point you in the right direction. You are what you naturally love to do, not the things you do for society, not the designer clothes that you wear because you want to look cool because you know everybody else wants those things. It's those things that you do even if nobody is looking. It's like if you work out just because you like to work out, maybe that's just you. That's a part of you. It's a hint at to who you are. We all have different special abilities. You just have to find them, or you have to notice them. Other people will tell you what your special abilities are, what your superpowers are. We all have superpowers. What do people constantly compliment you on? What do they say about you? I constantly get compliments about my voice. Maybe there's something about my voice that's powerful. My energy. Maybe there's something about my energy that's powerful. It's just, you have to write down your character build. Who are you? Write down your strengths and write down your weaknesses. What do you love to do? Because those are places and environments that you need to be in at all times. Like I said, I can't tell you who you are, but you have to be able to answer these questions for yourself, and you're going to get closer and closer to understanding who you are. Self-reflection, understanding the self, is the very first thing any God should do. Who are you? It's such a shame that we live in a world where a child has to ask me, what does it mean to be you? Because we live in a world that doesn't ask, who are you? Or who do you want to be? They ask you, what do you want to be? What do you want to be that's going to serve society, not serve yourself? You got to understand that serving yourself should be you serving the universe. And if you're serving the universe, you're doing your job, because there's only one of you. We can't get another one of you. So we need you to do your job and spread your superpower out into the world. What is it that you love to do? What do you do that makes other people laugh, that makes other people smile, that makes other people happy? What do you do that spreads joy into the world, spreads love into the world? Because that energy, that is God. Because in the moments where you are leaving people speechless, when maybe you like to snowboard and you're able to just do a 1080 backflip, you know, I don't know, nose grind, whatever, like you're able to do something crazy, and when people see it, all their thoughts leave their head and they're just, you put those people in a state of joy, in a state of peace, where they were no longer thinking, they were just simply speechless and in bliss. That, my friend, is you spreading the energy of God. Imagine if at 24 hours of the day, 24/7, 365, everybody was in that same state of bliss. You understand we would live in heaven, right? You understand that would be actually heaven. We can get to heaven. We just all have to get to the same mindset, the same thought process. Once the collective consciousness believes it, reality has no choice but to believe it. So that's what we're trying to do here. Join the School of Gods. All right, so today is day 16, and I was actually in the School of Gods today. We're having a very extensive conversation about how a few of us are feeling urges. You know what I'm saying? JoJo the most, you know what I'm saying? He was just saying how it's just basically like a battle of willpower. You know what I'm saying? Like he has to really try to distract himself and try to get himself not to fap. You know what I'm saying? He says cold showers help sometimes, but after the fact, you know, it just comes back. And a lot of us were just trying to tell him. Well, me, for example, I was saying, I'll read the message exactly. I was saying that everyone is addicted to something. No fap is to help you move away from your masturbation problem, but you then have to move that energy towards a new healthy addiction. Mine right now are YouTube and his Discord. Find new healthy distractions. Because you got to understand that addiction doesn't go anywhere. You're still addicted. I remember seeing a quote of somebody in an interview, and he was saying that basically, like, yeah, everyone has addictions. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's a big drug addict, for example, if they could transfer that drug addiction and just become addicted to hard work, imagine how powerful that person would be. You feel me? It's just about transmuting that energy and turning it into something else, because now that you're holding that seed in, you're not distracting yourself, not wasting your sexual energy. Now you're building up all that creative energy, but now it has to be released in some shape or form. You know what I'm saying? And I was trying to explain to him that it's your self-image. Here, I'm going to read the other message that I had said. Because okay, before I even do that, I said, well, you got to ask yourself, what are you doing with all the extra energy you have? I've noticed that the urges only come when I'm bored and doing nothing. A lot of times when you're bored, you're like, man, I'm bored right now. Let me just masturbate just because I'm bored and I want to feel some type of dopamine. You know, but it's just like, was it really fun? Because it's just, you wasted all of that seed, all of that energy that could have created an entire child for a few seconds of pleasure. Was it really worth it? You know what I'm saying? And it just really comes down to self-image. I'm not even gonna read the messages anymore because I understand the whole conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like it really comes down to self-image. You know, like somebody else was also saying that, you know, I believe it was Diego. Yes, he was saying, I just remind myself that I'm a bodybuilder and that I need the energy and that I don't fap. But if you see yourself as someone who faps, you are much more likely to relapse, and that's a fact. It comes down to your self-image, because what it is your ego still sees you as a fapper. You're trying to stop the habit, but in the back of your mind, you still believe that this is you, that this is what you do. You're a masturbator. That's just what you do. That's a part of your identity right now. You need to change it, and you're working towards changing it, but you're only doing it on the external. You still have to do that internal work. And that's changing your mindset. You see, whenever I had stopped, fapping and masturbating, I became a gym addict. You know what I'm saying? I'm an addict. Anytime I'm focused on something, I become addicted. That's why I've been able to post 16 days in a row. I've never done it before because I'm addicted. This is my new drug. You know what I'm saying? I've transmuted that energy that I would waste masturbating, and I have transmuted it into being more focused and putting it into all my passions, putting it into a forex. We're having another class today at 7. I'm recording this at 6:28 p.m. I gotta hurry up and record this, upload this, so that way I'm ready for class. You know what I'm saying? I am focused now. That energy that new addiction is me getting to the best version of myself every single day, because that's just who I am. I'm someone who tries to innovate and evolve every single day because I have implanted that belief in me. That's who I am. And me masturbating would actually go against that belief now. My new belief system is that every single day I'm going to make progress. Every single day I'm going to become a better version of myself. I understand that if I masturbate now, I'm actually just reverting back to a lower version of myself. And I don't want to be a lower version of myself, because the elevation that I feel is amazing. And I want to keep going. And that's what we're trying to tell my boy JoJo right here. You know what I'm saying? Because, yes, it is a battle. And he was saying he's doing it for religious reasons, you know what I'm saying, because he would masturbate, but it's against his religion. And I remember, let's see what I had actually. I remember he had said something about being strong. Oh, here we go. He says he does it for religious reasons. I have a feeling of guilt whenever I give into the urge to masturbate, and I want control over my desires. Any man that's able to control their natural desires is strong, in my opinion. So I said, okay, now the question every time you have the urge must be, am I strong or am I weak? This comes down to self-image again. Once your self-image is I'm strong, you can never be tamed. And then we were talking about cold showers, and I told him that anytime I take my cold showers, right before I let the cold water hit my body, right before I even turn on the shower, I look the shower in the face and I say, nothing conquers me. Then I turn the shower on cold. I let it hit my chest and I just eat that. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm able to conquer this cold shower, something that many people cannot conquer, it reminds me that I can do so many other things that people didn't think were possible. If this cold shower, this little practice of me conquering this cold shower shows my brain and my subconscious that I am able to conquer a lot of the things that I'm fearful of, all I have to do is do it, and I can do it. I can achieve anything I put my mind to, and that's a fact. Why? Because I believe it. That's a part of my self-image. Change your self-image and your entire reality changes. If you start to say you're an athlete, you're going to stop masturbating, because every athlete knows that you don't masturbate, especially boxers. Right before a fight, they abstain from sex. They need all those natural proteins, those vital proteins that are inside that seed that you want to waste watching Pornhub. I know you feel ashamed of yourself every time you masturbate, and you got to stop it. But like I said, it's not your fault. It's society. It's society's fault. Society wants to conquer you. Society wants you to be the weakest version of yourself, so that way you are so impressionable. So that way you're so weak that even if you did try to rebel, you only have 1 HP left, and all they got to do is just flick you and you're gone. Just like that. You know, it's funny because they prey on your weakness. They prey on your ignorance as well, because they tell you, oh, masturbation is normal. You're supposed to do it. Oh yeah, if you don't do it, you're actually gonna get what's it called? Prostate cancer. It might lead to prostate cancer if you don't masturbate. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. But because people are so uneducated on this subject, and they just blindly agree to what society has already told them, we blindly go along with it and say, oh yeah, I'm gonna masturbate, and then you become a weaker version of yourself. But then you don't realize you're a weaker version of yourself, because it seems as if it's your natural state, because that's where society wants you. That's all you know. But you're blindly being obedient to something that wants to control you. So regain control and don't let society conquer you. It's crazy because I went to Walmart today to buy a new trash can. It was on sale for $35. It was like in the middle aisle section, you know, where they have the clearance items. And even online, it said $35. So I grabbed a trash can. I go and I scan it at the self-checkout. And I scan it, and instead of saying $35, it says $55. And I was about to pay for it because I had the money to pay for it. But I was like, you know what, hold on, let me check. So I called the lady over at the self-checkout to help assist people. And she's like, oh yeah, it says $55. I'm like, yeah, but online it says $35. She said, okay, let me check. So she gets her phone, the little Walmart phone that they have that checks all the prices and stuff. She scans it and it says $35. So she puts it in manually and it was $35. But the moral of that story is, if I didn't check, if I didn't have the knowledge to know that this item was on sale, if I just decided to give in to my ignorance, I would have gave Walmart $55 instead of $35. They would have preyed on my ignorance. You know how many people probably paid for that trash can, didn't even look at the price, probably just walked out of there paying $20 extra. Society is preying on your ignorance. So stop being ignorant. I'm telling you right now to stop masturbating. Go on NoFap. It's gonna make you a more disciplined person, because how you do anything is how you do everything. So if you're disciplined in your sexual energy, you're gonna be more disciplined at work. You're gonna be more disciplined when it comes to building that business that you want to build. You're gonna become more disciplined at making that music that you want to make and putting it out. You're gonna be more disciplined at doing anything you put your mind to. Stop being ignorant.